And welcome back, everybody, to another edition of the Phillies Fastball. Phillies a 2-1 winner. I got my guys, Jeff Kerr, Oscar Budejen. I'm Mike Gill. Well, boys, a well-pitched game last night for Wheeler and the bullpen. Kyle Schwarber, 5 straight home runs. He's got 17. Wheeler, 7 1/3. And Brandon Marsh, 13-game hitting streak. All seems well. This team continues to roll. 11 out of 14 games here under Don Mattingly, and the Phils stay hot with that 2-1 win. Oscar, I want to start with you today as we take a look at the pitching last night from Zack Wheeler. And just you talked about this a couple Phillies Fastball shows ago, and talked about how getting him back, this would be a Taijuan Walker start, how much that has changed the complexion of things for this Phillies team.
How times have changed since the Taijuan Walker era to having Wheeler there. Look, this guy is a pro. This guy is, before the injury, he was top 2, top 3. I mean, together with Skubal, the top pitchers in baseball. And Crochet at the time before he got injured. I mean, look, Wheels is Wheels, and he was amazing yesterday. I mean, having 40 pitches after 5 innings. I mean, something is unheard of. I mean, this guy, look, he's not striking out as many people as he was before, but he's a pitcher. He knows how to pitch. He knows how to pitch, and he was amazing yesterday against a lineup for the Red Sox that have had issues scoring runs. 27th in baseball. So look, Wheels did what Wheels needs to do. And look, he's been more than advertised. He's brought kind of a spark to this entire team, to the pitching staff. I mean, now you see Sanchi pitching at an elite level as a Cy Young candidate right now. And I would not be counting against Wheeler being a candidate for Cy Young very, very shortly.
Jeff, last night you saw Wheeler, and he goes 7 1/3, 87 pitches. What did you think about him in that 8th inning? Only 87 pitches, but did he seem like, this is still him ramping up?
Yeah, it did, Mike. And look, Zack Wheeler to me, and look, he admitted this to me. Now it's been about 6 or 7 weeks ago, but he's going to have to change how he pitches. I think Zack Wheeler knew that fastball was not going to be there. Now, it did reach 96 a couple times last night. Had the highest average fastball velocity for the year, but he did admit this to me, like he was going to have to change how he pitched. And he said, look, I take pride in that. And you're obviously seeing the results, but I was kind of surprised he came back out for the 8th inning, even though he wasn't at that many pitches. I understood the decision because of the pitch count, but you had Ryan Kerkering basically up, ready to go. You were getting Jose Alvarado ready to go. And I get what Don Mattingly was trying to do. It was pretty much until they got the lefty up. But, yeah, I was kind of surprised to see him go out there for that 8th inning. I thought he wasn't as sharp in the 7th and the 8th. I don't know if that was because the pitch count was going up or because it was the deepest he's been in the game this year. But overall, though, you have to be impressed by what Zack Wheeler was able to do with the minimum number of strikeouts. Yeah, they only have 4. He's still averaging a strikeout per inning, by the way. So it's not like he's not striking out people, but his control was good. He's minimizing the damage. I really like what Zack Wheeler has been bringing to this team.
Well, and, he's at the bottom of the lineup. He's got Navarez, who's a right-handed hitter. I think Durbin was the next hitter, also right-handed. So, Jeff, as you said, you're right about that because he faced the first 2 guys before it got back to Dern at the top of the lineup, who was a lefty, and that's when they went to Alvarado. So if you bring Kerkering in, theoretically, he would have had to have faced Dern because you have to face 3 hitters. So it looks like he wanted to try to get Wheeler for the first 2, and then Alvarado, which is what ended up happening last night. So, but by the way, good to see Alvarado come into a spot, and it seems like maybe he's kind of getting into form a little bit here.
I think he's only allowed 1 run since like April 20th or something like that. So keep that in mind.
He's turning the corner. You can see. I mean, he's command of his pitches is still a little bit wild. That strikeout he got, it was kind of on the feet of the guy, so it was a kind of a mid-judgment by the hitter, but Alvarado, without a doubt, has been playing much, much better over the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, Alvarado, by the way, 6 pitches last night, 5 for strikes, 2/3 of an inning. He did get the strikeout, and then Duran comes in. Guys, give me your impressions of, we know he's working his way back, but having that guy at the back end, sometimes it's a little bit of a Mitch Williams roller coaster, but he does get the 2 big strikeouts, and he picks up the first save since he's been back off the IL.
Oscar, one of the lead arms in baseball. I mean, that's the reality. Go ahead, Jeff.
No, Oscar. I want you to go this one first because Duran a little bit more on a personal level than I do.
Look, I mean, Duran is one of the most incredible arms there is in baseball. His pitches are filthy. I think the most important thing with him is being able to locate his pitches where he needs to locate his pitches. And what I mean by that, sometimes you don't need to throw strikes. I mean, I think a lot of his hits are based on pitches that he throws in the middle of the plate. This guy's as filthy, and the movement of the ball is as filthy. And you hear from JT. I mean, JT has said it a number of times. I mean, the splinter of this guy is something that is hardly uncatchable. I mean, that's how hard it is because not many pitchers, or there's not another pitcher that can throw the way he can. I mean, it is a luxury to have a closer of that magnitude. One of the best in baseball that we have. I mean, and the guy throws hard, man. He brings it.
That high fastball, I'm trying to remember who he struck out. It was his second out last night. I was like, well, that's way out of the zone. Didn't matter. It's just like kind of zinged up. Like it looked like it was going in the strike zone when he threw it. It's just, I can't believe what Johan Duran brings to this team. And I think this is why the Phillies were so excited about this bullpen. Oscar and I were talking about this yesterday. You got a full year of him. And that's how the Phillies are looking at it. Like, that was an all-season addition for them, even though they got him mid-season last year. And you added Brad Keller, which, again, they didn't go to last night. They went to Jose Alvarado because he's got a hot hand. And Ryan Kirkring's got a hot hand right now. It does seem like that's starting to fall into place a bit. Brad Keller's role is kind of, I don't want to say it's diminishing. Maybe he wasn't available. I don't know. But it seems like they're going to Kirkring and Alvarado first before they go to Brad Keller.
Rafaela, by the way, was the one that he blew away with that fastball. Yeah. He got Abreu to strike out to start the inning. Yoshida hit that single, and then he strikes out. He walks Story, and that's where, it got a little hairy there because Story's on base, and he steals second, and they challenge that call. They get the guy on second, then you walk a guy. So it got a little hairy there. That's what we're talking about. He walks that guy, and it gets a little hairy. But the big strikeout, and they end up getting out of the inning. So the save for Duran, his 6th. Wheeler gets the win. The Phillies win 2-1. But in the game, let's go to Schwarber, who homered for the 5th straight game, 17 homers. It's very interesting because we talked about, can Schwarber hit 56 home runs again? It appears that he's on pace to go that direction, if not more, guys.
He's on pace for 66.
Is he having a better year now?
I think he's having a better power year, and Oscar and I talked about this yesterday. The Phillies will take 229, 60 home runs with Kyle Schwarber. He has got a 967 OPS. We talk about Bryce Harper being in the MVP conversation. You may take him out of it, Kyle Schwarber, because if you hit 66, 67 home runs, you're going to be the MVP of the league. I don't care if Shohei Ohtani's in the same league as you. Those are insane amounts.
Look, I'm worried. I'm gonna be fairly honest with you guys. I'm worried about the hitting. This hitting is very hero ball. Look, Abreu almost tied you the game yesterday. I mean, the right fielder, by the way, what an outfielder this guy is. One of the best right fielders in baseball. This guy Abreu. He almost tied the game yesterday. Look, 5 hits. I mean, it's unacceptable. I mean, this team needs to do a much better job hitting. I know Kyle is right now hot. I mean, here's his 5th home run, six home run in 5 games, which is amazing. The guy's amazing. I mean, and Harper, we know what Harper is and what he's capable of doing. But the rest of this lineup needs to continue beyond March, needs to continue, helping produce runs. We had Crawford yesterday with 2 strikeouts. Harper with 2 strikeouts. Adolis Garcia with 2 strikeouts. Look, 2 runs is not going to cut it. That's my key message here.
The issue with this thing is the leadoff hitter right now. 234 batting average, 628 OPS, and we'll probably mention it every day on this show, especially when he goes hitless. But you cannot keep this going with Trey Turner right now. I don't know what they have to do, but something needs to be done, whether it's moving him out of leadoff. I don't know if Don Mattingly's willing to do that. It seems like he's like Rob Thompson, has a lot of faith in his players, but maybe moving Trey Turner. But again, how do you do that when Kyle Schwarber's just crushing it, hitting second right?
And listen to this. Bello came to this game with a 7.22 ERA. And the guy, I mean, he pitched lights out yesterday. And, I mean,
who was the only Philly that's seen him?
I mean,
Garcia. Adolis Garcia.
Garcia was the only one to see him. Yeah. And he went 0 for 4. So.
Look, yeah.
Well, Bello's tough. And listen, it kind of backfired on them. They went with an opener, and the opener gave up the bomb to Schwarber. They brought the lefty to start the game. He gives up the homer to Schwarber in that first inning there, and that kind of backfires on them. But the Phillies offense, to your point, Oscar, only 5 hits yesterday, and they win the game. Jeff, to your point, what do you do with Trey Turner? 234. I know there are these guys who want to bat Bryce Harper lead off. There are some people that would like to see Justin Crawford hitting the leadoff spot. Do you guys think do you guys think something drastic in the leadoff spot? Do you go back to Schwarber? Any thoughts at leadoff?
Yeah, you know what? It's tough, right? I mean, I love the way Brandon Marsh is saying right now. I wouldn't be opposed to putting him there, but I don't think that's a solution either because you need someone in the middle of the lineup. That's
right. 3 lefties, and you got 3 lefties going on
exactly.
in the top of the order.
Exactly. That's the issue we have, right? And this is like the one show where we can have kind of like that Eagles level mentality to where we break down every game because we're on every day. But we do have to look at the big picture here, and the big picture is still. If you look at the last 14 games, they're still first in baseball in runs per game. They're still first in baseball in OPS. So you have to take that into account as well. It may just be one night, but the leadoff thing isn't going away. I mean,
remember
the numbers are what they are.
You know what I would do? I would do exactly the same thing we did to Alec Bohm. I mean, maybe not 2 games, but just sitting down for 1 game and put Sosa at shortstop and just try to give him a day off. I mean, mentally get him out of his feet. You know what happened? I mean, what happens is Trey Turner wants to be good, and 300. He takes 300 practice swings. Before a game, and then when he doesn't take any, he goes 4 for 4. I just think he needs kind of a mental break. That's what I would do. I would do the one with him. I would do a 1-day Sosa benching, and then maybe bring him as a pinch hitter if you need to at some point.
You know
in the
what,
game.
Oscar? I don't think he's a declining player or diminishing player. I think it's more of he needs to get on base, and
it's mental, and it's mental, and it's a combination of things. He's an extremely he's one of the hardest workers there's in the Phillies. I mean, I remember going to spring training. The first guy that was there taking ground balls. I mean, he's a very, very hard worker. That's not the point. The point is that I think he puts too much pressure on himself, that he doesn't do what Charlie Manuel was doing. Hey, go out there and relax when you go to the plate. He doesn't. He's trying to.
He's that guy who knows he's making what he's making and said, "I gotta live up to it." Like honestly, like the money's great, but that's not why he does it. But he knows he has to live up to it.
You put the ball outside of the plate on the bottom. I mean, outside and on the bottom, there Garcia and him are an automatic strikeout.
They're the chase rate savants, by the way. We talk about the chase rate. It's Garcia and him.
Yeah. Well, Turner, struggling here. How long can you keep him in that leadoff spot? Do you just let him keep going and try to work his way out of this thing? That will be something to watch, guys. What are we watching tonight? Well, it's Andrew Painter and Sonny Gray, a tough pitching matchup for the Phillies. By the way, Sonny Gray traded for locally here Chase Petty a couple of years ago. That was from the Twins and the Reds. Now Gray showing up here with the Red Sox, and Sonny Gray, very tough customer here. So the Phillies, he is right-handed, so that is a good thing. But Andrew Painter, 689, going up against Sonny Gray. This is going to be a tough match tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very tough. And, I mean, what version of Painter, by the way, I made a mistake there, and I put Wheeler's numbers for the year. But, Painter needs to do a much better job. He's having problems with his fastball. His fastball have a 373 batting average against it, as well as his sinker at 318. His 2 most effective pitches have been his splitter and his curve, where they're hardly hitting, and you also see the whiff rates on those pitches. So, it's location of his fastball. It's not like he's not throwing hard. It's just the location of his fastball is not where he needs to be, and he needs to do a much better job.
And the movement is bad, right? And I'm curious to see, like he said, last time he pitched, he overcompensated glove side and went arm side. Let's see if he finds that balance tonight or not. He's had 6 days. He had an off day, so he had an extra day of rest to kind of prepare for that. I'm actually expecting a good start out of Andrew Painter tonight because this Red Sox team, they like to chase a lot of pitches too. So I actually think Painter's going to give him a good start tonight.
Yeah, they're 27th in hitting. I mean, just to give you an idea in terms of runs per game, the Red Sox.
This may be what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, by the way, both teams have played 14 games since firing their manager. The Phillies are 11-3. The Red Sox are 7-7. You know, it's the first time two teams have played against each other without their opening day manager in the same season since 2002 that this has happened. Weird. So a very interesting stat for you guys there. Jeff, you wrote an article that will be up at 973ESPN.com about the Phillies after 40 games. What is your takeaway for the first 40?
Well, I believe Don Mattingly is absolutely correct when I asked him about this. We started to normalize, right? Things are getting back to normal. And look, I'm not even talking about the clubhouse. I'm talking about the starting pitching, the relief pitching, the hitting even. Like the hitting, we always talk about the hitting being streaky. Well, right now they're streaky. They're top 5 in baseball in like every category I seem to care about. So that's why they're winning it. Can the starting pitching be better? Absolutely. Can Andrew Painter be better? Absolutely. But you still have Zack Wheeler. You still have Christopher Sanchez. Jesus Cesaro will get back on track. I'm like Oscar. I'm kind of on that train. I just want to see this team put it together for more than 14 games. Like, can they do this another 14? And I think they can, but we keep talking about that tough part of the schedule. That'll be coming up, but hopefully they're over 500 when that happens.
All right, Oscar, after 40 games, give us your impressions as a guy who, you did the play-by-play for this team for years, so you got to see the long, trek. 40 games, small sample size. What do you see?
Look, based on what this team is and its payroll, I give him a D. I mean, I give him a D. It was an F when Topper was here. It was probably a C or C plus since Mattingly took over. I'm seeing a lot. Pitching, starting pitching is a significant improvement since Wheeler. So Wheelers and Sanchez are on a category of their own. Luzardo needs more consistency. We need better outings from Nola. And then Painter, growing pains. I mean, I cannot complain about that. In terms of the hitting, I mean, it's Schwarber, is Harper, and is March. Outside of that, I mean, I think we have had a subpar hitting performance so far this year. And the bullpen, I mean, I would say the injuries have been the biggest issue there. Keller has been a disappointment, but Duran has been 6 for 6 on saves, and Alvarado needs to continue to improve as well as Banks. So I give him, I mean, I'll give him a D plus. I mean, D plus. I mean, so far 20 and 22. I mean, what do you want? Do you want an A?
No, man, I like it.
Well, no, I you know what, Oscar, I agree with you. Just because if you would have said the Phillies are 20 and 22, no matter who was their manager, you would have been upset by that. But yeah, I agree. I think a C or a D grade is more than fair if you're judging the first 42. I think that's more than fair. I mean,
you're 25th in runs scored and you're 23rd in ERA. I mean, I'm not going to give you. I mean,
that's not an A. That's
an A or a B or a C. I mean, it's a D.
All right, couple quick things to hit on here before our fastball segment for the day is done. Kyle Schwarber, 5 straight games with a home run. Will that extend tonight?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Look, it's against Sonny Gray. It's going to be hard. Look, it'll be interesting. I mean,
where's my guy Phillies tailgate with the batting stats against Sonny Gray for Kyle Schwarber?
They'll be coming out soon. Tyler's a busy man when he's working his full-time job.
13-game hit streak for Brandon Marsh. It's the longest streak. Will he get a hit tonight?
Schwarber, just to give you an idea, Schwarber is 4 for 24 with a home run against him with a batting average of 167. So,
all right.
10 strikeouts in 24 bats. Gray is a good pitcher, man.
Yeah, and no Philly has ever hit a home run in 6 straight games, by the way.
All right, well, he's looking for that, and as I just mentioned, Marsh. Last thing, guys, I want to dive into sneaky little signing yesterday. Dylan Carlson, a switch hitter. Bats switch hitter. It's better. Has played all 3 outfield positions. He's played primarily center and left. Do we see Dylan Carlson sooner than later?
And he's 27 years old. That's the other thing we need to remember.
At some point, I think we are going to see him. Like they need outfield depth. Period. Like they need it in AAA. They need it in the majors. I do think we are going to see Dylan Carlson. I'll take a bet on this next 25 games.
He's a good outfielder. I mean, look, I think this signing. I like this signing. This signing is good. This guy got some big hits for the Orioles last year. He was a top prospects. I mean, if it wasn't the top prospect for the Cardinals when he came off,
he was definitely a top 10 prospect.
Yeah, I mean, he was really good. And as you said, Mike, he hits both ways. I mean, that is huge, and he could be a very good center fielder as well. I like the signing. In his career, his OPS against lefties is better than righties. How about that?
His numbers against lefties.
Also, I'm curious to see
753 against lefties.
Also, I'm curious to see if the Phillies make a run at the lefty from Toronto that just got released or DFA'd.
Oh, Lauer.
Eric Lauer. Yeah.
Lauer.
I want to see, because they need starting pitching depth. Like, okay, So here's my example. Bryce Wilson, really struggling triple. Gene Cabrera got sent down. He got sent down to Reading this week. He's going to pitch for Reading because he's been struggling in Lehigh. He's got an ERA over 8 in Lehigh. Like, you need depth at the start. Connor Gillespie is out for the year. You need depth. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if they made a move at him. That's just my opinion, by the way.
Well, they definitely need to get some pitching depth in this organization, because if Painter keeps being rocky, they got to figure something out. You can't keep throwing him out there with an ERA of near 7. Carlson, interesting signing. We'll keep an eye on that. Phillies and Red Sox. It is Andrew Painter. It is Sonny Gray. It's a good one. And there's your Phillies fastball today. Will Schwarber keep it going? Will Marsh extend his hitting streak? All those stories and more tomorrow right here on our Phillies fastball segment. Jeff Kerr, Oscar Budejen, I'm Mike Gill. Hey, guys, good to see you. Thanks, boys.
Go Phils. Let's go.